Hey, welcome back. So, this is going to be the last episode of this DP 900, which is Azure Data Fundamentals Certification course. We just finished the module 4, and in this video, we're going to quickly do a knowledge check on all the things what we have learned on the previous videos. So, without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So, the first question is, when should you use Azure Synapse Analytics? Is it to enable large number of users to query analytics data? No. Is it to create dashboards from tabular data? No. So the correct answer is to perform very complex queries and aggregations. Azure Synapse Analytics is suitable for performing compute-intensive tasks such as these. Let's look at question number 2. What is the purpose of data ingestion? Is it to perform complex data transformation over data received from external sources? No. Is it to visualize the results of data analysis? No. So the correct answer is to capture data flowing into a warehouse system as quickly as possible. Data ingestion can receive data from multiple sources, including streams, and must run quickly enough so that it doesn't lose any incoming data. Let's look at question number 3. What is the primary difference between a data lake and data warehouse? Is it a data lake contains structured information, but a data warehouse holds raw business data? No. Is it a data stored in a data lake is dynamic, but information stored in data warehouse is static? Definitely not. So the correct answer is data lake holds raw data, but a data warehouse holds structured information. A data warehousing solution converts the raw data in a data lake into meaningful business information in a data warehouse. Which component of an Azure Data Factory can be triggered to run data ingestion task? It's definitely not CSV and linked service. So the correct answer is pipeline. Pipelines can be triggered to run activities for ingesting data. When might you use Polybase? Is it to orchestrate activities in Azure Data Factory? No. Is it to ingest streaming data using Azure Databricks? Definitely not. So the correct answer is to query data from external sources from Azure SQL database, because this is the purpose of Polybase. Let's look at question number 6. Which of these services can be used to ingest data into Azure Synapse Analytics? Is it Azure Active Directory? No. It's definitely not Power BI. So the correct answer is Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory can be used to ingest data into Azure Synapse Analytics from almost any source. Let's look at question number 7. You have a large amount of data held in files in Azure Data Lake storage. You want to retrieve the data in these files and use it to populate tables held in Azure Synapse Analytics. Which processing option is most appropriate? Is it Azure Synapse Spark Pool? No. Is it to use Azure Synapse Link to connect to Azure Data Lake storage and download the data? Completely wrong. So the correct answer is Synapse SQL Pool. You can use Polybase from SQL Pool to connect to the files in Azure Data Lake as external tables and then ingest the data. Let's look at question number 8. Which of the components of the Azure Synapse Analytics allow you to train AI models using Azure ML? Is it Synapse Studio? No. It's definitely not Synapse Pipelines. So the correct answer is Synapse Spark. You would use a notebook to ingest and shape data and then use Spark ML and Azure ML to train models with it. Let's look at question number 9. In Azure Databricks, how do you change the language a cell uses? Is it to wrap the command in the cell with the language? No. Is it to change the notebook language before writing the commands? Not right. So the correct answer is the first line in the cell is language. For example, percentage Scala. Each cell can start with a language definition. Let's look at question number 10. What is the common flow of activity in Power BI? So the correct answer is bring data into Power BI desktop and create a report and share it with the Power BI service. View and interact with reports and dashboards in the service and Power BI mobile. So this is the correct flow. The Power BI service lets you view and interact with reports and dashboards, but doesn't let you shape data. Let's look at question number 11. Which of the following are building blocks of Power BI? It's definitely not Tiles, dashboard, database, and mobile devices, and it's not Visual Studio, C# and JSON files. The correct answer is visualizations, datasets, reports, and dashboard tiles. Why? Because building blocks of Power BI are visualizations, datasets, reports, dashboards, and tiles. And the last question is a collection of ready-made visuals pre-arranged in dashboards and reports is called what in Power BI? It is called as an app, because an app is a collection of ready-made visuals pre-arranged in dashboards and reports. You can get apps that connect to many online services from the app source. So that concludes the tutorials on DP900, which was Azure Data Fundamentals. Thank you so much for listening, and I really hope the content which I provided was useful. Until I see you on the next certification tutorial, you guys take care.